So let's review. Zok the Mishnah, working with the rule of Ein Shvus B'Mikdash, Isurim D'Rabbanan do not apply in the Beis HaMikdash. The Mishnah records a machlokes Tana Kama and Rabbi Yehuda about which types of door bolts may be used in and out of the Beis HaMikdash. The machlokes, as elaborated in the Braisa, is the Tana Kama holds that if the bolt is kosher b'toli, tied to and hanging from the door, and dragging on the ground, it is asim D'Rabbanan outside of the Mikdash and mutter in the Mikdash. Rabbi Yehuda says that such a bolt is totally mutter. Only a bolt that's completely detached is asur b'medina umutter b'mikdash. Rabbi Yehuda Amar Shmuel, halacha k'Rabbi Yehuda b'nigrar. We pass on like Rabbi Yehuda that a nagar hakasher, a bolt that is tied and dragging on the ground, is totally mutter, so long as it is either tied directly to the door or it is tied to the doorpost in a way that it can be lifted by the string that attaches it. However, unlike Rabbi Yehuda, we hold that if it is totally detached, it is asur midaraisa, and therefore even asur b'mikdash. Reb Avi holds that any bolt attached with a reed is considered to be completely unattached because reeds are extremely weak. The Gemara raises two shilas about using bolts. Nikmaz mahu. What is the halacha when it is pressed into the ground? Even though the Tana Kama holds mutter, we pass on like Rabbi Yehuda that it is asur because mechzi kebayna, it resembles building. Asalei beis yad mahu, if you made a handle on it, is it mutter? The Gemara concludes, Asalei beis yad mutter, it is permissible. The Gemara then tells two stories about the muktzah status of heavy things that are used to keep doors securely closed, one with a beam and the other with a mortar, and both can be moved in Shabbos because Torah's kli allow, they are considered a kli. The Gemara teaches 5 halachas about oil harai, temporary structures on Shabbos. First, kipi da'arva. If arches over a boat are either a tefach wide or within 3 tefachim of each other, it is mutter to spread a cloth over them because moisif al oil haraihu b'shaber dami. It's merely adding to an existing oil harai and permitted. Second, and similarly, if a canopy that protects animals from the sun is open 1 tefach, we may open it fully because it's only adding to an existing oil harai. Third, viloin mutter. A curtain in the doorway may be put up and taken down on Shabbos. Fourth, a kilas chasanim, a bridal canopy over a bed may be put up provided that the top is less than a tefach wide horizontally. It does not get to a tefach of width within 3 tefachim of its highest point. At its widest point, it is less than a tefach from the center, otherwise, shipui a halem ka halem damo. The angled sides are considered an oil. Finally, we initially thought that the Braisa does not allow wearing a wide-brimmed hat because of making an oil, but conclude that the concern is that if it is loose-fitting, it may fall off and the person will carry it 4 amas in the Rosh Hashanah. Zok the Mishnah, Machzirin sir hatachten b'mikdash, avaloi b'medina, b'ha'elyon kan v'kan aser. Since replacing a lower pivot is only asim d'Rabbanan out of a concern that he will hammer it in, we may do it in the mikdash, but replacing an upper pivot, which makes the door functional, is asur midaraisa and therefore asur even in the mikdash. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, ha'elyon b'mikdash v'hatachten b'medina. Rabbi Yehuda holds that even the upper pivot is only asur midrabanan and therefore permitted in the mikdash, and the lower pivot is mutter and even permitted outside of the mikdash. Rashi explains, the Tana Kama holds yesh binyan v'stir b'kelim. Rabbi Yehuda holds ein binyan v'stir b'kelim. Zok the Mishnah, machzirin retiya b'mikdash, avaloi b'medina, im betchila kan v'kan aser. We may replace a bandage that was taken off in order to enable a kohen to do the avodah in the mikdash, but not outside of the mikdash. Im betchila kan v'kan aser. Putting a bandage on for the first time, even though it is only asur midrabanan to prevent a person from smearing ointment, is even asur in the mikdash because it is not tzarech kevaya. It does not aid the avodah in any way. Tanraban. The Braisa records a machlokes whether it is mutter to replace a bandage that had fallen off, since it is uncommon for bandages to just fall off. We paskin like Rabbi Yehuda that it is asur. The Gemara elaborates that there is a machlokes ameiram whether the machlokes is when it fell on a kli, but all would agree that if it falls on the ground, it is asur to replace, or if the machlokes is specifically when it falls on the ground. But everybody agrees if it falls on the pillow, it is mutter to replace. Zok the Mishnah, Koishin nima b'mikdash, avaloi b'medina, v'mitchila kan v'kan aser. It is mutter to tie a string on a musical instrument to fix it in the mikdash, but not outside the mikdash. Putting the strings in the instrument in the first place is even usher in the mikdash. The Gemara asks that this apparently contradicts a brisa, which says that it is usher to repair the string with a knot, and it is only mutter to repair it with a bow. The Gemara presents 5 potential answers, rejecting the first 2. First, harabanim har Eliezer. The Mishnah which allows tying follows Rabbi Eliezer, who holds machshir mitzvah deichenes Shabbos. Preparations for a mitzvah may be done on Shabbos, while the brisa follows the Rabbanan, who hold machshir mitzvah ein deichenes Shabbos. Second, har Rabbi Yehuda v'harabanan. The Mishnah follows Rabbi Yehuda, who holds aniva kshira mal yasehi. A bow, like a knot, is asur on Shabbos. Therefore, since he has no other option, he may tie a knot because machshir mitzvah deichenes Shabbos. The brisa follows the Rabbanan, who hold that it is mutter to tie a bow on Shabbos. Since he has a permissible option, he's not allowed to tie a knot. The Gemara rejects these 2 explanations, because if we hold machshir mitzvah deichenes Shabbos, we should be allowed to put in a new string for the first time as well, because Rabbi Eliezer holds machshir mitzvah deichenes Shabbos even for malachas that could have been done before Shabbos. Third, har Reb Shimon v'harabanan. The Mishnah follows the Rabbanan, who hold you may even do malacha d'oraisa to repair a broken harp string, while the brisa follows Reb Shimon, who holds that the Levium may only tie a bow on Shabbos when a harp string snaps. However, the Rabbanan hold that machshir mitzvah deichenes Shabbos applies only to malachas that could not have been done before Shabbos, as when the string broke on Shabbos. But a first-time string, which could have been done before Shabbos, is not deiches Shabbos. Fourth, kam be'emtze kam minatzad. The Mishnah is speaking about a string that snaps in the middle, and therefore must be tied to produce a sound, while the brisa is speaking about a string that snaps on the end, where tying a bow will suffice. Finally, marsa v'gazrinan umasa v'loy gazrinan. The brisa follows Reb Shimon, who holds we make a gzeira against tying a regular knot, even when the string snapped in the middle, lest we tie it even when it snaps at the end, while the Mishnah follows the Rabbanan, who hold we make no such gezerah.